Welcome everybody, it's Monday, welcome. What's going on? We've got a treat for you tonight. Lord above, have we got a treat. Who's late? What do you mean late? 1 minute late, I don't mind. Doesn't really matter, does it? 1 minute's gonna hurt no one. We've got a packed episode for you tonight. I'm only joking, I've got a few talking points and that's it. Hopefully you guys can carry me through this one. Evening, Chris. Welcome. I hope everyone's settled in. Get yourself a little cup of tea or a drink or something. Get your popcorn ready. You may notice, in the bottom corner, we've got some new discount codes. Some new ones. Never before seen. Are they working? Yeah, they're working. We've got Clean Link. Clean Link's given us 5% off and free shipping on his already cheap poles and equipment. Absolute bargain. Grab yourself some bargains. If you don't know who Clean Link is, our boy Tom is very generous. Clean Link. Let me just pull up the website for you so you can have a look. And he's been delivering these poles and stuff. He's been delivering them by hand. I just had a look on Instagram. Let me pull it up. He's putting them out by hand, would you believe? Here he is. Gone to see our boy Ace of Sprays, isn't he? In person, delivering those vacuum poles by hand. New vacuum poles, by the way. I think I'm going to be testing out some of these the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Which is exciting. My screens are the other way around this week, so if you see me looking in all different directions, it's because I'm confused. I was born confused, but this is making me even more confused, so... Evening, Jake. Chris, welcome. Two Wheels, welcome. Washi, you smell, thank you. Aaron, welcome. Barclay. Forgot it was Monday till I seen this pop up. There you go. You'll see something else pop up in a minute. Lindsay, welcome. Curb Appeal off the Discord with all the questions. Oh, nice. We welcome the questions in the Discord. We've got loads of new people in the Discord this week, actually. Loads of new faces that we haven't seen before. Lots of good questions as well from all the noobs. Trying to be a bit more active. And you might notice in the stream title, I'm a week sober. I'm trying to go no alcohol for 12 months. No, there's no trying about it. I'm not going to drink any alcohol for 12 months. I think it makes me a better person. But look at all these new people we've got. We've got W Frog, DJ Gold Trigger. We've got Green Ridge. We've got Aaron, CRB Clean, Brad, Dan, all in the last week. Even Coda's surprised. I don't know if you heard her. Woo! There's a lot more than that. They're coming in thick and fast, ready for the season to begin. Nathan, welcome. Ethan, you're right. The PWS discount code. I think it's quite difficult for someone like PWS to offer a generic discount code on everything because there's such a vast array of items, from like nozzles that are a couple of quid, all the way up to machines that are like 5 to 12 grand or whatever, like the van mounts and stuff. So I think Darren would probably struggle to give a generic discount code. So Clean Link, we've got 5% off and free shipping at Clean Link. We've also got 5% off for gutter vacuum systems, which is unheard of. I don't know if gutter vacuum systems often do discount codes, to be honest, but Julia's been kind enough to set one up for us. Sorry, I'm just munching on my popcorn. Which is incredibly generous. So if you're thinking about buying anything from GVS, Smelt 5 for 5% off down there, which is very cool. Now then, doesn't trust a courier, I guess. Don't blame him. Oh yeah, true, for the polls, yeah. Don't tell me there's a PWS discount code. He's just fleeced me for an Alpha 4. Just got the aluminium GVS poles, but they're a bit heavy. I think the aluminium poles are great. I've been daily driving those aluminium poles for about 2 years now, and I think they're great. Where's everyone staying at the expo? I'm staying at my house because it's only about half an hour away from me. We've got a new expo chat in the Discord, and I did a little poll, and it turns out most people, so a lot of people are going both days. Most people, it looks like they're going on a Saturday, and this is only members of the Discord so far, so it's 13 to 8. 13 going on the Saturday, 8 going on the Friday. This isn't loading for some reason, but people are coming from far and wide, so I feel like it would be cool to get a little, some drinks in the night before. Obviously, I won't be popcorn down the wrong way. Obviously, I won't be partaking in the alcohol, but I can definitely have a Pepsi with a little squeeze of lemon. We do need to figure something out, because firstly we need to figure out which day most people are going. I'm assuming it's going to be the Saturday, but also let me down, Jake wanted to piss up the expo. Yeah, I know, sorry mate, I'm on the Melbeck. Let's see if we can get his notifications. I'm on top of the Discord notifications this week, actually, I'll have you know, and that can't be a coincidence. I feel more organised. I feel like I've got more time in the day. I feel a bit more chilled and relaxed. I feel great. Week 1, I feel great. I'm on top of the Discord. I've got time for everyone. Come and say hi. What is that I've just found in my phone? That's a piece of grit from today's driveway clean. Blue Rock, welcome. Nigel, big hands. I somehow have binge watched all your videos in a week. I'm knackered, but I've thoroughly enjoyed them. You have a very professional manner. Oh, thanks, Nigel. That's very kind of you, mate. I didn't think I'd come across professional at all, but I appreciate it. I hit 9 years without a drink this year. Best thing I've ever done. Nice. I mean, it's only going to improve. Like, there's so many aspects of my life that it's going to improve. So, I'm 32. I just need to grow up. I've spoken about doing it for such a long time. And I think it's going to improve my business. It's going to improve my time with my family. It's going to improve, being a dad and being organised, being more present. It's going to improve my health. I feel like I'm going to get jacked this year. If I put a little bit of effort in, like I'm already, just from doing like a physical job, pretty skinny generally. I feel like my arms could be huge if I tried. If I went to the gym as much as Jakey did, whew, watch this space. This might be the year where I get absolutely wham. Evening, Jock. Welcome. Time for that scraper set, I reckon. Oh, with a discount. I've been looking on their website. I'm sure they've got a new. I'm sure GVS have got a new pole that I haven't seen. It's not a new pole. It's a new like. Window cleaning. This isn't sponsored. They've given me that discount code for you guys. I'm not getting anything for that, other than trying to help you guys out. Same with the Clean Link. Although Clean Link, he keeps trying to send me free stuff. He's a nice boy, but I'm trying not to take advantage. Yeah, they've got these window cleaning poles. Have these always been on the website? or is this new? Because I feel like I haven't seen this brush and pole combination before. Because I like the look of this brush. I've got one similar, but this one looks fatter. I like the fat brush. Why can't I click the link? It's loading. It's trying. Here we go. So this is the Pro 30 carbon fiber. And it's got this brush on it. So look at these little dinger bristles. Look at these. Look at the little sharp, stiff bristles on the corner. And they're super long. So I feel like that'll go up underneath the gutters when you're brushing the fascias and stuff. The only thing I like about the Gardener in comparison to these is the Gardener have got the pokey clippy. You know, the pokey clippy to get the brush on and off. You know what I'm talking about. Whereas these have got the Euro thread socket, which is fine. It does the same job. And they've got a couple of different brushes with it. This brush looks fat as well. I kind of want a big fat brush like this. I think that one's the radius brush, radius sill brush. And then I guess which hose connector is it? That one. Hose tail to hose lock 6 to 8 mil. Hose tail, hose lock 6 to 8 mil. Stick your 5% off on that. Cracking little window cleaning pole that is. And your gutters, fascias and your conservatories and all that sort of stuff. I think CleanLink are selling the I think they're selling the brushes now. I can't be sure. Water fed pole brushes. There you go. Edge. Oh, they're the edge ones. Does anyone use these boar's hair ones? Are these the ones that are good for solar panels? It doesn't look like the sort of brush that you'd use on glass, but I think it's good for getting stains and liching off and stuff. I might be thinking of something else. Is it coconut husk or something? Natural boar hair bristles for the most aggressive scrubbing power. Non-mark bumper. Aggressive scrubbing power. Yeah, so I guess these will probably be good for solar panels. Can't wait to pick up my Alpha, hopefully Friday. Nice. Darren said his new machines are ready as well. He's got some I think they're called the Alpha Core. Alpha Core, these ones. So these you can do this for £1,000. I thought it was going to be £1,000 all in, but I think it's £1,000 plus VAT. I asked him what these powerhouse engines are, and he says he makes them in, but he says they're his own, whatever that means. Does that mean he's building his own engines? Or you can have it with the Briggs engine. But powerhouse comes in at $999 plus VAT, 15 litres per minute, 275 bar, which for like a starter machine, for a budget machine, and presumably he can get replacement parts for everything. I feel like because it's got all the stuff, it's got the return to tank and all that sort of stuff, and the proper trigger. I feel like that's the new starter machine. I mean, it's still over £1,000, but for someone looking to get into the industry without spending mega money, I feel like that could be the new go-to. Depending on what this powerhouse engine is. What, I've never heard of powerhouse. Presumably it's a crate engine. He's not making engines now, is he? Is he? And it doesn't say which pump it is. It says premium pump. Somewhere. Premium pump. I can't tell from the picture what that is though. Should we catch up with chat? I'm 314 days sober, not in a row or anything, just in general. You will love the Alpha 4, it's a beast. Is that the one with 4 wheels? Grow up and have a pint with the lads. Your family and business can wait. Need a beer after a big job. That's what I've been telling myself. I deserve a drink. That's always the thing that you say to yourself, is like, I've worked hard. This is what I associate with relaxing. I deserve it. But last week, so Monday was when I quit. I bought myself a nice bottle of wine for the stream. It was a bottle of red wine. And I had a chat with Soph. And I was like, I shouldn't be drinking this. Shouldn't be drinking anymore. I've had a drink every day for the last 3 weeks. And I feel like that's when you know it's a problem. Every single day, at least 2 pints for the last 3 weeks. So, when you tell yourself you need it that often, you've got issues, haven't you? Why are they so much more expensive than Gardner? Nathan, I think it's all relative, mate. I mean, are you talking about this pole? This is a full carbon fibre 30-foot pole. So I wonder if you compare that to the Gardner, to the next full carbon fibre, so which would be the SLX. But also, bearing in mind there are different grades of carbon fibre. I don't know if we know which grade of carbon fibre this is. Does it say? I had a spreadsheet with all these on before, but some of them tell you. So let's go SLX. What's the closest equivalent? Is it, wait, what am I on? 30. SLX 30. With a brush. Let's go medium soft mixed with your 250-degree fan jets, because you know how your boy does it. Sorry, I've got the wrong screen on. You need a 10 meter. I mean, how much do you get with this hose? Does it say how much hose? GVS Pro hose. Am I blind? I don't think it says how long the hose is. But let's assume that it's just 10 meters. No, it needs to be 20 for a 30 foot, doesn't it? Or 15. Let's go 15. We want the hose lock. A free gift. Oh, let's go for a beanie this time. 366 plus VAT, and that one is 435. 435 plus VAT. So it's an extra like 70 odd quid. I'm thinking it's probably something to do with the clamps. And something to do with the blend of carbon fibre, or the type of carbon fibre that's being used, because there are different ones. So the weight of this is 1750. The weight of this is 1820. So that's just the pole. That is, I'm assuming that's just the pole as well. I don't know, that's a very good question. There's got to be a difference, hasn't there? I wonder if Julia's in the chat, she might be able to... Let's catch up with the chat. Evening, everyone. The Fresh Rinse, welcome. They do an adapter to out scrapers on the GVS poles. They do an adapter. Yes, I've got the GVS scrapers. They go on like pretty much any pole, I think. Evening, Keystone, welcome. Girthy, thank you. What are you talking about? Got to get the fat brush. Evening, gents. Press the effing like button. Thank you, Liam. Word of the day, pokey clippy. Can't you get the brush and just put the Gardner connector on it? No, because the Gardner connector is this. See that little dot, the little pokey dot, the pokey clippy thing? That's what I'm talking about. With the angled gooseneck as well. I like them. You can't see it from that angle. This thing here. That's why I like the Gardner brushes, the Gardner poles mainly, because they got that little bit on them. But I'm not fussy. Has Zach took a pee in the van yet? No. JD Rides, welcome. Welcome, Zach, you're right. Looks quite abrasive, but if they're like coconut hair, they don't mark. Ooh, so they would be good for solar panels. Evening from Ireland, Adam, welcome. It's that or the JCB one. I think the JCB one is a grand all in though. Well, PWS also do the Hyundai, which is the same. I believe this is the same engine and pump. No, it can't be the same engine because this is a Hyundai engine. The JCB is a JCB engine. I believe this is the same pump as the JCB. It's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? But I don't know if this one comes with return to tank. It'll draw from a barrel. So the issue, I think Darren said the issue with this pump in particular is you can't, it's got like an integrated, the pump is cast with the unloader valve. So you can't add a different unloader valve, meaning you can't change it to return to tank. It's either that pump or you change the whole pump. So this one's a bit cheaper. This one would be like a grand all in, roughly. I'm just starting up. I'm wondering if anyone could tell me what gun I need to spray the hypo. You don't need a gun. I would recommend starting out, familiarise yourself with using chemicals first before you go around. I think what you're talking about is an X-Jet. That was loud. So you're probably talking about an X-Jet. Or if you go to Rutland Pumps, they do something called the ProJet, which is very similar. But these ones are made in-house. Before you get one of these, I'd only get one for like massive areas. Initially, you'll be absolutely fine with a bucket and brush, like a nice big Gorilla bucket and a soft brush. Because what the soft brush will do, rather than having like a stiff one, if you get a soft brush and dip it into the bucket of hypo, the soft bristles will hold more of that product, of that solution, when you move it onto the surface. I'm choking on this. If you use a stiff brush, by the time you lift it out the bucket, all of that solution's gone back into the bucket. So get a nice soft, like flocked brush if possible. Just like a little garden like indoor or outdoor brush. Just bear in mind, if you're going to use a soft brush with hypo, the metal ones will rust. So if you can get a plastic one or even a wooden one, but with the wood, just be careful because the screws and stuff, they'll rust. Ideally get like a plastic soft brush, dip it in your hypo, and just give it like a tickle on the surface, and the soft brush will help it foam, whereas a hard bristle brush, it won't foam as well. Take it from me, I've used many different brushes. That one looks like a brain. Or a watering can. A watering can and a soft brush. So what me and Jakey do generally is one of us is either spraying or sometimes we use a gardener backpack with hypo as well, because I've got a chemical pump in my gardener backpack now. Spray it down, and then the other one's following, just sort of agitating it, keeping it where we want it. I wouldn't go messing around with an X-Jet until you've really familiarised yourself with the hypo and familiarised yourself with making sure you've got the right PPE and all that sort of stuff, because it's nasty stuff. You don't want to be getting it in flower beds and on grass, and you can do damage. I was resanding a driveway today and the customer spilled a bucket of dirty water over the small part that I'd left. That I had left, sorry. I know the pain, mate. I know the feeling. Last year, I don't know if it was I can't remember if it was me and Jakey or me on my own, but Solihull was a town called Solihull, just about 20 minutes away. I had to drive to the other side of Solihull to go and resand this driveway. The lady knew I was coming to resand. I said I'll be there between about 9 and 10. And I arrived, and there's wet patches all over the drive, and her drive is the only one in the street that's wet. And I'm like, what is going on? And I could see exactly what she'd done. She'd been out that morning and watered all of her hanging baskets and the flower bed along the edge, and just totally drenched everything. And I'm like, I can't resand your drive. Like, you knew I was coming. You knew I've been waiting for a dry day, because I explained that's what we have to do. I'm going to resand the dry bits, and I'm going to leave you with a bag of sand, because this is your fault. Like, I drove like half an hour. I'm not coming back, because it's not like an area that I regularly service. So she was fine about it. I was just like, I was grumpy. I was just so grumpy for the rest of the day. So I was like, how stupid can you be? Can you recommend a budget pressure washer for 400 quid? If you have a look at my first video on my channel, you'll see how I started my business for 400 quid. So you might find that video useful. And in that video, I mentioned the Parker brand pressure washer, which I wouldn't recommend it for. It's a hobbyist machine. It's not designed for like commercial use. It's not designed to be ran for hours and hours. It's really designed for like a hobbyist or around their house to wash their car and wash their patio every now and again. But this video here explains everything I used to start my business for under 400 quid. So it's the first video on my channel. You can't miss it. I'm back to squeegee window cleaning. Need the space in the van. I must say, squeegee just feels good to do. Yeah, I do. I've never been good at that, but it is a satisfying feeling when you get it right. Not had a drink in over 3 years. Congrats. It's 363 excluding the VAT on the gardener. They are both the same price post VAT. Gardener are more expensive by 4 quid. How did I miss that? Are you sure? 355 quid plus VAT is 426 quid. And this one, oh yeah, it's a bit more expensive. Okay, yeah, I've missed that. That's I'm an idiot. That's a simple explanation for that one. I am an idiot. Also, this doesn't account for postage as well, so. Oh, I'm taking that number again. It's actually this number down here, so it's even more. Plus 20% VAT. Yeah, I'm an idiot. They're both around about the same. There you go. you can buy all the different connections. What's a return to tank? Again, I'm going to direct you to one of my videos where I explain what a return to tank is. If you look at this one here, this starting your pressure washing business in 2023. Let's not watch an advert, especially with someone sticking something in their ear. That's gross. Speaking of ears, mine still isn't fixed. I'm still totally deaf in this ear, and it's still gross. Ava, welcome. God, this is a thrilling intro, isn't it? So, see this bit on the side of the machine? Come on. So this bit on the side of the pump here. See that green hose there? No. See the yellow hose there? So the green one's coming from the bottom of the tank. That's what's feeding the pressure washer. So the pressure washer is sucking water from the tank, because the tap on the customer's property generally can't keep up with a machine that's this high of a flow rate. So this one's about 21 litres per minute, I think. Generally, from a tap in the UK, you're getting between about 12 and 20 litres per minute on a good day. So this one's 21 litres per minute. So ideally, without risking running your pump dry, you want a buffer tank, which is this big yellow bin. So the green one's coming from the bottom. The yellow one is going back up into the top of the tank. And what that does is when you... What is it? Oh, I couldn't see what it said then. It means that you're on the trigger, everything's going as normal, it's sucking water and it's coming out the other end. When you come off the trigger, it carries on recirculating that water, not just around the pump, but it recirculates it back into the tank. And so it's almost like it's cooling the pump. So that yellow hose goes back in and feeds it just straight down into the bottom of the tank again. So it's creating a big circuit. And you'll find with these more sort of commercial style industrial machines that they'll have these return to tank systems, so that you're not heating the pump up, and it means you can virtually be off the trigger all day and you're not going to overheat the pump and damage it. So very useful to have one of those. And I got I had an equip to clean machine. It was a Kiam 3700 PR, I think it was, and that didn't have one of these return to tanks. But I got these guys from Pressure Washer Sales and Service to fit me a different unloader valve, which changed it so that it would go return to tank. This is an easy start valve on the side, so it's basically a ball valve. Because sometimes it's easier to start your machine when you've got your hand on the trigger. You might find that if you're pulling the machine, it's not starting. It's because all the pressure's like built up in the pump. I don't know the mechanics of it, but it feels like the starter motor, if it has a starter motor, is becoming more and more difficult to turn, because there's like pressure build up in the hose or in the pump. And so if you squeeze the trigger while you pull the machine, while you pull the pull cord, you'll generally find it starts much easier. With that easy start valve, if you open that easy start valve, it means that you don't have to hold the trigger, because that sort of acts like an open trigger. And then when it's running, you just shut that off and then you're ready to go. Hope that sort of answers your question. I'm sure it probably does. I was up there with Darren, and the core range was identical to the next to the Hyundai, but he buys the frames powder coated and shipped from China rather than built locally to Stafford. Okay. It looks identical next to the Hyundai. I wonder what those engines and pumps are. XJet M5 all the way. There you go. Is using chlorine okay on block paving if I mix it 50-50 with water? What's the difference between hypo and chlorine? Both bleach products. They're the same, but it depends on the strength that you're using. Generally, for like, if you're just buying pool chlorine, which is probably pure chlor, I think is the one that I use. It'd be about 15%, which is very strong. So 50-50 with water would be far too strong. That's a 1-to-1 mix. If it's 15%, which is what I use, I normally go in at about 1-to-5. That's like my baseline strength for block paving and for like Indian sandstone and concrete and stuff. That's what I start off with, 1-to-5, because that will get rid of most black spots. And then I was explaining to someone in the Discord earlier, if that doesn't work, I've lost some popcorn. I think it's gone up my bum. If that doesn't work, then you can go in at like 1-to-3 or 1-to-2, or even neat in some areas if you find that you're really struggling to shift the black spots. But 50-50 is incredibly strong if you're using like general 15% chlorine.
Hey.
Hey.
Have you finished with your drink?
Finished with my drink? No.
Oh.
I haven't even started.
You can take a bit.
This one's the energy one.
Energy one.
Holy are looking to sponsor me.
Holy moly.
And they've got these powders that you mix with water. It's like the gamer fueled and the sneak and all that sort of stuff. And they're really, really tasty. So they've sent me a starter pack.
But in the energy drink, it's nothing like
There's no sugar.
caffeine or anything.
No caffeine, I don't think. That one's the Fruity Frog.
Fruity frog?
Fruity Frog. It's like, I think it's like mango and pineapple and stuff.
Okay.
Really tasty.
I'll bring back.
Okay. Not sponsored yet, but I'm really enjoying it. So Jakey had a bit this morning as well. He said it was nice, so you might see some videos. What's the crack, people? Steve, welcome. I wouldn't recommend anything for 400 quid. You say that, Steve, but what about if you don't know whether this is the right sort of industry for you? What about if you want to dip your toes in before going balls deep? Steve, I don't know. I said to myself when I first started, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do it for 12 months. I'm going to see where it gets me. And I wasn't in a position to drop $2,000 on a new machine. I wasn't even in a position, to be honest, to drop $1,000 on a new machine. But that Parker brand one was only about 305 quid, I think it was. And so I thought I could stomach that. I did my research. It's a petrol machine. It's 11 litres per minute, so I can plug it into the customer's tap. It's a great starter machine. And I'm not expecting it to last a year, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to last a year, and it lasted about 6 months before I think the pump overheated and it started leaking oil.
Smells in here.
What's it smell of?
Dirty vacuum, but it might be the popcorn.
Dirty vacuum? I didn't even know that was a smell.
Definitely doesn't smell.
Do you want to come say hi?
Nope.
Come on. Come on.
Nice one, that.
Is it nice? You like it?
You know it?
No.
It's a weird one compared to the others. What do you reckon?
I like it.
Bye.
Bye. I'm starting my business with a Parker brand. I'll be upgrading to an Alpha Core as soon as it dies. And just, if you expect it to die, what are they at the minute? Like, they're absurdly cheap. To get you into the game, in my opinion, 234 quid, including VAT. Oh, they're out of stock, because I keep telling people about them, I think. It's absurd. But it does clearly say here, not suitable for commercial use. They have got another one. 207 quid. It's even cheaper, and it's in stock. It's 15% off. 207 quid including VAT. I bet you can't buy an electric Karcher for Karcher K. What are they? What's a good Karcher? Karcher tool station. 200 quid. 200 quid for that. When you could have that. You know what I mean? Wix, 100 quid. There's no competition there. Get a turbo nozzle with it. You can start doing driveways straight away. Get this little turbo. Little whizzy. Why were people telling me they were emailing Parker Brand and they were saying the turbo nozzle is not designed for this machine? But then I just had a little look there and it said suitable for both of them. So what's going on there? Get yourself a turbo nozzle for block paving. It comes with all the other nozzles you need for everything else. Fill it up with fuel. Put some oil in it. I don't think it comes with the oil. That was one of my gripes. Or does it come with the oil? Not suitable for commercial use. You can get all the spares on the website. In fact, I need a new pump for mine. And it's always out of stock. Only the pump. Where do I get parts? Pressure washers, spare parts. Spare parts for what? Spare parts, yeah. Oh, okay. Spare. Wait. What did it tell me to do? I can't follow simple instructions. Here we go. We're on to something. Spare parts. And it was the... Oh, what was the model number? I just want to see if it's in stock. I'm sorry, I know you guys are... forgot I was streaming. Forgot what it was. For God's sake. It's a... It's a PPW 3100. Come on, have it. Have the pump in stock. PP PW 3100. Give me a pump. It's in stock. Sorry, I've got to buy it. Well, I could do it and then I could give it away. I could fix the machine and then give it away, couldn't I? I don't see the unloader valve on it though. Do I have to switch over the unloader valve as well? I'm going to buy it. 2 seconds. Sorry guys. 80 quid for a new pump. Easy. Pay. Yes. Free delivery. Oh, do my Google Pay. Ah. I can't be bothered to go and get my card. No, I'm gonna have to do it another time. That's a shame. Did you just say window cleaning and satisfying in the same sentence? You've changed since you stopped drinking. I don't remember doing that. I don't think I did that. I think you're making it up. Can you tell me about the chemical pump in your gardener backpack? I absolutely can. If you go onto the I know we talked about this last week, but what's the place called? DA components. Go onto the DA components website. Go onto water-fed accessories, pumps, and then if you look for the replacement chemical pump for backpacks, it's 40 quid. It's a literally straight swap in the gardener backpack. And so when your gardener dies because you've been running chemicals through it and you're not supposed to, like I did after about a year of running hypo through it, I was flushing it out every time. Comes with the Wago connectors, best invention ever. You can just swap it for one of them, and then you can start running biocide and TFR and caustic stuff and hypo through it to your heart's content. Parker machine is greater than equip to bin. Is that the new name for them? Equip to bin? Very creative of you. Buy the base Kiam. I mean, they aren't great, but they're miles better than anything like a Parker. But it's different money. You're talking about the difference between £1,000 and 200 quid. What's the cheapest? What's the cheapest pressure washer on the Equip to Clean website? Sort by price low to high. That is not a pressure washer. Petrol. See, so the cheapest one is 595 quid. Or you can get a JCB. I don't know. Has anyone got any experience with these the flat surface cleaners from Equip to Clean? Because I'm looking at this for roof cleaning. It's either this or a Turbo Devil. I think Turbo Devil's like 300 quid. Is this a 12 inch? 300 mil. I think that's 12 inch. I think we tried to work this out last time. So that's £432 including VAT. Why? That's so much money for a little 12 inch surface cleaner. They're those sealed bearing cases, aren't they? They're like, but the issue with these is once they break, you've just basically got to buy a whole new one. I can't bring myself to pay that sort of money for a little roof cleaning thing. If anyone's got any experience with this, will you let me know? It's because there's no reviews on this either. Oh, the pictures aren't working. Have I buggered it up? There we go. So it's got these big chunky bars on the bottom. What is with these pictures being so low res? That one's a bit nicer. So it's a 1/4 inch thread. So at least you can change, because some of the little cheap surface cleaners that you see on Amazon, they're like a really weird tiny thread. So you can't use like generic nozzles in them. I'm after this for roof cleaning. So if anyone's got one and they've had a good experience with it, you'll have to let me know. Isn't it great looking back at your first video and seeing how far you've progressed? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice to have sort of documented everything and be able to look back. Good evening, Pressure Washing Midlands. Welcome. Evening, Jake. Good day. It's been alright. We haven't made a ton of money today, but we did a nice little job this morning. We did a nice little job in Pershaw this morning. Just a little pressure washing job. So this one it wasn't terribly dirty. It was this one's come through from a ground maintenance team that we do a bit of work for, and he passes us a load of work, which we're very grateful of. I don't know how those gutters have got so full. It just needed a freshen up, really. It wasn't a big job. So we ended up washing the patios. We washed the tarmac drive. Cleaned out all the guts. So they're nice and fresh now. We actually cleaned that bin store as well. We didn't clean it, we just biocided it. And I said all the green will disappear in the next few days. And then we washed and biocided the decking, which is why it still looks a bit foamy. Washed the patio, and then we biocided some of the green on this fence and stuff. And then we went for a pub lunch. I had a pizza. Jakey and Zach had a fish finger sandwich, like a bougie one. And it came up really well. Why are those pictures so blurred? Something's going on with my computer today, I think. It doesn't like it. Because they shouldn't be that sort of resolution. They should be a bit sharper than that. So that's the biocide brushed in and foamed up real nice. Because decking, like, you can't, there's no real difference between that and that. I've got the surface grime off. I used a 65-degree fan jet on this. You know, the rinse down. The rinse. These ones. So it's a 65-degree, like very high flow, sort of lowish pressure. It's like a water broom. It's great for rinsing, but it also covers like a really nice wide angle for the deck, for cleaning decks. But you can see even after it's been cleaned, it's still really green, which is the expectation with a lot of wood. If you're cleaning wood and decking and stuff, don't expect great results on the day. But when you post treat it with biocide, within hours, if we'd have stayed there for like another 4 or 5 hours, all that green would have been gone. So by tomorrow, I told the lady, by tomorrow this will look like a different deck. You got to set their expectations when it comes to certain surfaces. Yeah, it came up well. And then we went and cleared some gutters after lunch. Quite a difficult, like, it was only a bungalow, but it had this weird dormer thing at the back, and it had a very awkward conservatory going around. Certain parts of the conservatory you couldn't access. I had to end up climbing all over the roof just to get into certain bits, but it was an okay day. Nothing to shout about. What's the best way to tackle rendered wall clean around a patio which is limestone? Worth putting a sheet down, constantly wetting the patio? You could do that. I'm sure that would be absolutely fine if you want to use hypo, but I would recommend biocide is safe on render and it's safe on limestone. So I would say you're probably better off with biocide and just let the customer know it's going to take a couple of weeks for you to start seeing results. Overall, biocide is the best option for the customer anyway, because it keeps it looking fresher for longer, whereas the hypo, once it's on, it's done its reaction and it's cleaned everything up, that's it. Whereas biocide offers like a longer term, a longer protection. Went to PWSAS today and had a look at one of those. Definitely going to look to invest in one. They looked awesome. They are absolute beast of a machine. I never wear a mask when applying hypo with a bucket and brush. Is it really that bad for you to inhale? So there's two things with hypo. One, if you're atomizing any sort of chemical, harsh chemical like that, you're going to breathe it in and it's going to go into your lungs. So you're not atomizing it if you're just using a bucket and brush. However, the fumes that are going to really damage you when it comes to hypo are when you put it on the surface and it starts reacting with the organics. So say you've got like a algae covered surface, you'll notice the smell is a hell of a lot stronger when it's reacting with the algae. On a clean surface, sometimes it doesn't smell as strong. It is still releasing fumes and stuff because you're never going to 100% clean everything with just water. So anytime you do a chemical treatment, yes, you should be wearing a mask, but particularly when the product's doing that reaction, it's in that reaction phase, it's going to be fuming. And if you can smell the product, then it's entering your system, and you shouldn't be. You should definitely be wearing a mask. And the sort of mask you want to get, it's not just like a dust mask or something, and it's not just one of those paper masks. You want to get yourself a proper ABEC 1 P3 mask, and you can get them from Pure Seal with the correct filters. So you can get them from Screwfix with the wrong filters. So they do these ones, look, in Screwfix, but that's just a P3R, which is the wrong filter. Or you can go to Screwfix, you can go to Pure Seal and get the ABEC 1 P3, which is correct, and it's 40 quid. Not too much of an increase from the 31.50. So it's I'd definitely recommend going for this one. Also, I think Steve just posted in the Discord that he's bought one of the full face masks. Where did he get the full face one from? I don't think it was this one. It was this one, but with the face. Steve, can you, like, if you're still here, where did you post that? Was it in photos? Look at these pair. Look at, they're taking a leaf out of our book with their cooked breakfasts. Steve, where did you post that picture, mate? If someone can tag me in it, that'd be great, because he's wearing the full face mask. And he said it's like the best mask he's ever used. Definitely worth the money. Was it chemical? Chemical chat? I don't know. I'm sure someone will tag me in it in a minute. General chat. Equipment chat. Here it is. Where have you got that one? It's a 3M. 3M with the ABEC. Oh, that's a different filter altogether. I wonder where you got that one from. Game changer for chemical application. The mask is so good. I've got the standard ones, but these full face ones are ideal. Doesn't steam up. It's got 2 seals. Expensive, but bloody good. There you go. From the horse's mouth. Thanks for your advice. No worries, Lee. I don't remember what you asked, but I hope I answered your question. Evening, Wayne. Developing COPD is no joke. Might as well huff some asbestos as a comparison. Huff. I thought it was huff. New candle fragrance by Soph. Dirty vacuum. Yeah, you've also got the Biocide course. 150 quid. Now, Jake, I wouldn't be dropping big money fair dues. Maybe buy a used one. Rent one for a month. I just think the Parker stuff doesn't last long and the flow is low. Yeah, but that's the whole point. As someone new to the industry, you might not even have a van, which I didn't. So you haven't got room for a buffer tank. You haven't got room for a bunch of stuff that is required when you buy a bigger machine. And so why not start off with a little machine, a little hose reel. You can plug it straight into the customer's tap. You don't need a buffer tank. I feel like it's the way to go if you're not sure whether this is like the right job for you. I really do. If you're like all in and you think, if you've had a go on your mate's one and you think, yeah, I can do this, Like, because it can be a bit of a shock when you clean your first block paved driveway and you're absolutely covered from head to toe in dirt and there's water and mud everywhere and you're like spending more time cleaning up than you are actually pressure washing the drive. It can be a bit of a shock, and that first experience might be very disheartening and it might take you a lot longer than you expected, but you've just dropped £2,500 on equipment and it's like, I thought it was going to be easier than this. And then you're faffing about with chemicals and stuff, or not getting the results that you were hoping to get, and then you realise you've got to go back on a dry day to resand, and it's like, it's a lot more work than what I think people think. And so your first experience might put you off, or it might be like, yeah, I can do this. I'll use this machine for 3 or 6 months, and then I'll upgrade once I've got some work under my belt. I think it's the way to go. It's the way I did it. Just saw this where the guy painted roof tiles. Have you seen it? Yes. Where did I see that? I saw it on the Smart Seal Instagram. Where did you see it? Because the chances of us both seeing this is low. So I saw this one. So this is roof cleaned and coated in anthracite. Window frames outsourced, sprayed in anthracite. Nursing home wanted some curb appeal. So look at, wrong one. So that's the roof before. But that's after cleaning by the looks of it. And then it's been sprayed, it's been coated in anthracite, which is presumably a colour offered by Smart Seal. Shot by Surface Roofs, Roof Sealer, Roof Coating. I mean, I believe this is the sort of service that Mike, I can't remember his surname, Tomlinson. I believe his business, he started doing like roof coating. I might be wrong, but I think that's where he started. So there's an asbestos primer, asbestos coating. That's a potential service, isn't it? I mean, it's cleaning the asbestos first that I think is probably the difficult bit. But you've got this Climate Shield roof coating. Look at all the colours. This is the first time I've looked at this. But you can't deny the results, can you? Can I make that bigger? I want to make the whole picture bigger. I can't. I mean, that looks brilliant. With the level of... I'm sure you'd probably want to pressure wash it first rather than scrape. Because the results we're getting with these roof scrapes, I'm really happy with, and I think as an upsell, doing a roof coating would be insane. The before and afters, which are what it's all about for me, would be insane. We've just done this one. We just finished this one on Sunday. Could you do a coating over that? I mean, this is before the biocide's done its thing, so there's still going to be green and there's still going to be liching and white spots and stuff. Presumably, you'd want to pressure wash the roof and then coat it, not just scrape it. I wonder if it's like a sealer, like the concrete sealer where it absorbs in, or whether it's more like a paint where it sits on top. I think we got some really impressive results earlier in the week as well, which were potentially even better. I mean, look at that for a transformation. I'm really pleased with that. But even this one, I wouldn't have said this one was ready for coating either, because if you look closely, there is still some green. But once the biocide's taken effect, and like it's rained and stuff, and it's cleansed the roof, maybe in 6 months, maybe that'll be ready for a coating in 6 months. I'll have to talk to Nigel about that. I'm seeing Nigel on Friday. But what a transformation. I'm really pleased with the work we've done on that. It's such a good effort. Okay, 234 quid is cheap. You can't buy a decent lance and a length of hose for that, that's true. Is anyone here on the Smart Seal course this weekend? Me? I'm going on Friday. I guess I'll see you there, JD. Parker told me they're bringing out a commercial one. Really? They're pretty clueless. They don't know what an unloader valve is or what nozzle size charts are. Yeah, I mean, they don't specialise in pressure washers, do they? So you can't really expect them to be experts in pressure washers when it's just like an item they sell on their website. Super Soaker are bringing out commercial one. I wouldn't use it for block paving though. What would you say are the main advantages between a cheap one like a Parker and something like an Alpha Core, apart from the obvious durability and power? That's it, mate. Durability and power, and probably reliability, and like the size of the fuel tank. So on that little Parker one, I think it's like a little 5 litre fuel tank. I reckon the Alpha Core have got probably a 10 litre fuel tank, maybe. Might be wrong. Maybe a 7.5. I don't know. Having the correct lance, like the triggers, the trigger that you get with an Alpha. If you look at this ST2600 trigger that it comes with, is it going to be in the pictures? Oh, it's not an ST2600, is it? I can't tell. Alpha trigger. I think it might be. It's a green ST2600. Yeah, it is. It is. So if you look at this lance, oh, it's actually a. It's not the. I was going to say it's a Q. It's a Q lance which pops in and out, but this particular one isn't. So you can see this is where they're saving like a little bit of cost to be able to give it to you this cheap, I suppose. Is that the lance is slightly different. You'll still be able to unscrew it and pop a different lance on, but it's not that quick release Q fitting that the good ones have. But it looks like it comes with all the proper fittings on them. What sort of fittings are these? Yeah, I mean, the size of the fuel tank, the type of lance and trigger, the quality of the hose is going to be much better. Things like quality of the frame. Does it come with a turbo? I wouldn't have thought so. Multi-nozzle set. No, but you wouldn't really expect a turbo at that price because the turbos are quite expensive. But just in general, this one's going to last a hell of a lot longer, and as long as you look after it, it'll look after you. Whereas the Alpha one, the Parker brand one, it could sort of explode at any minute. No, I'm only joking. It's just not designed to be ran for the length of time that a machine like this is. Yeah, like Matt says, you do one job with that little Parker brand machine and it's paid for itself. You do 4 or 5 jobs and you've got enough money to buy a proper machine. So I think for someone starting out in the industry, it's definitely worth buying a little machine. You don't have to buy the Parker brand one. That's just the one I bought, but there's loads of different ones out there. Yeah, don't pay too much attention to the PSI figures either. It's more about the flow rate of the machine. I got my first machine from Amazon, lasted a year, and then complained, got a full refund, and kept the machine for another month. You dodgy boy. That's crazy, Liam. Fix it up and use it on a job, Jake. Do half a drive with it and half with your current machine and time yourself. Be a good video. That's a good idea. Yeah, that is a good idea. I bought a Parker brand and quickly spent over 800 quid on other things to get the business started. Not in a position to spend £1,000. Yeah. Purchased the 3700p. Quite impressed. Not giving a quick to clean money is far better than giving them money. Okay. What do you mean 1 week sober, pal? Was you drinking? I was, yeah. I've been a heavy drinker. So we're doing 12 months off, cold turkey. How do you get into the Discord? It's funny you should ask, because I need a wee. Now these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels, we've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have two other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video. Steve says, Jake, I spoke at length with Conrad the other day about roof cleaning surface cleaners. Don't buy the Kiam. Don't buy the Turbo Devil. The bearings don't last that long on the overrun when you come off the trigger. What would be the difference? They don't last that long on the overrun when you come off the trigger. So you've got the trigger down, it's spinning, you come off the trigger and it's still spinning. Why would that cause the bearings to fail compared to just being on the trigger? I don't understand. I'm not having a go. That might have come across in the wrong tone. I just don't understand what you're saying. Spent 1,500 quid with extras, i.e. surface cleaner and hoses. There you go, Lee. You need a Mossmatic. Send me the money. I'll pick it up cash, no VAT. You just want my cash, didn't you? You just want me money. Do you live near Conrad? Near AC pressure washers? Rockwood petrol pressure washer. 10 litre per minute. Will it work for driveway cleans and bin cleaning? Yes. HSS, just be careful about the oh, what have I done? Just be careful about the bin cleaning regulations in your area and what your council say you need to do with that wastewater, because you might find that you've got to take it away with you. And if you're just starting out, which it sounds like you are, you might not have the kit to be able to take that wastewater away with you. So just be very careful, because people look out for that sort of stuff, especially other bin cleaners in your area. If they see you as competition, people could follow you and take videos of you. If you're just tipping it down into the street and it's illegal in your area, you might end up with a hefty fine, so just be very careful. The Mossmatic is expensive because they last and last and last. Have you got one, Steve? Don't know where the join button is, and am I being daft? No, if you're on iPhone, if you're on like an Apple device, you might not see the join button. But I'll put a link in the chat. Bear with me. There you go. You should see a link in the chat. Senior Smart Seal discount code. Do they hypo, biocide, etc. currently using Pure Seal for everything at the minute? They do sell hypo based products and they do sell biocide based products. They've got the green clear. I think the extreme, I need to familiarise myself with these because I haven't bought any of the hypo from them before, just because of the dilution ratios. So you dilute these at 1:1, which says to me that it's not as strong as the hypo that I'm using, because if it was, you'd never need to dilute it that low really for like a first one-off treatment. I could be wrong, I'm not sure, but this is, I think this is the hypo one, and then they've also got they've got biocide, which is the green clear pro. So I've used this one on a roof, and I think the dilution ratio for this one is 1:10. So the main reason I'm using Pure Seal for my biocide is because the back 50 is back 59. You dilute this one, they got a nice dilution chart at the bottom, and for roof cleaning, roof slates and tiles, you dilute it 1:20. So for the same size tub, it'll go double the distance according to the dilution ratios. They're around about the same price when you account for delivery and all that sort of stuff. But I'm using back 50 for my biocide at the minute, and for my hypo, I'm using a local shop bought hypo 15%, and then I'm adding this Surf Boost surfactant, which helps it foam up nicely. And this is 5 litres in this tub, and it goes a really long way. You only need about 500 ml of this stuff to dilute for a whole 25 litre barrel of hypo. So it's a good way of doing it, in my opinion. I think a lot of the Smart Seal products, take this with a pinch of salt, because I don't really haven't looked into it that much, but I think a lot of these Smart Seal products are aimed at the sort of domestic market rather than what was that? Washi has become a member for 19 months. Poo poo, wee wee, in the van, wee wee. Okay. Thanks, Craig, for renewing your membership. 19 months, man. Is that how long we've been doing this? Crazy. But yeah, you can get your 10% discount with code SMELT. There are some products on here that, especially the sealers, that would be like, I use all of the sealers, the tarmac sealers and stuff. Tarmac sealer. But you know, anyone can use these ones. It doesn't matter whether you're a professional or like a domestic user. If you're doing your own drive or whatever, but yeah. You will need a new unloader valve on it, mate, and this will kill the warranty. When you change the unloader valve, that kills the warranty, does it? Even when it breaks? Do you have a set price for jobs like that, Jake, when it's a tiny square meter but lots of different bits? That one was 250 quid. Are you talking about the one I've just shown on Instagram? This one we charged 250 quid, so it's a little path out the front, little tarmac driveway, a few paths going around the back garden and the decking. It's like a local job. It's for a local grounds maintenance team that feed us lots of work, so I like to keep him on my good side and just give him good prices, and it leads to more work. So I'm not trying to... That we were in and out within under an hour and a half, which I don't think is too bad for a whole tarmac driveway clean, and you know what I mean? I don't think 250 quid's bad for less than an hour and a half's work. I need to chew this popcorn. It keeps going down the wrong way. £498 for a tool which will earn you thousands. I wouldn't buy one either, lol. Jeff, that's only sorry, Steph. That's only if you're doing thousands of pounds worth of roof pressure washing work, which I'm not at the moment. We're doing mainly scrapes. I don't book a lot of pressure washing work in. And when I am pressure washing roofs, I'm rarely doing like the nice flat tiles or the nice small clay tiles, which these surface cleaners are really good for. So it's just not the right time really for me to buy something like that. If I was doing roof cleans every week, particularly pressure washing jobs, then I might look at buying one, but I'm not really at that stage yet. I don't think I want to be at that stage where I'm doing loads of roof pressure washing. It doesn't really appeal to me. There's easier ways to make money, in my opinion. You still need the buffer tank with any Kiam. If they said otherwise, ignore them. They are clueless. They sell all the gear, no idea how to use it. Don't buy the 1,000 litre tank though. Yeah, some of the business packs come with a 1,000 litre IBC. Although I'm sure they told me they're not doing that anymore. Yeah, they've swapped. It looks like they've swapped the 1,000 litre IBC for these buffer tanks. Look, I mean, it's good that they're listening to advice. I'm sure these had like a 1,000 litre IBC before, which you probably wouldn't be able to fit it in your van. Two, it's got to be mounted in your van, hasn't it? And if you were to fill that tank up to the brim, you're going to be well overweight on the van. And it's just like a pointless waste of space. It doesn't look like they're doing them anymore. Do they have business starter packs? What about the exterior cleaning packs? Oh, this one's got the 1,000 litre IBC. Look, the ultimate Honda package. There you go. There's something going on with my images today. Can you guys see that? Does it look crispy for you? I can't tell whether that's just me. Yeah, don't buy those. Don't buy those big buffer tanks. I'm sure some of the other stuff is fine, but don't get the one with a big buffer tank. You'll regret it very quickly. B&Q sell the 8 Force P3. It's the full face mask. Does it come with the right filters though? We want the ABEC 1 P3s, not just the P3s. I told my local council that my bin had gone missing. They sent me a new one, 15 quid fill valve from Amazon, and I have my buffer tank. There you go. Cheeky boy. I have a friend who works at a large company and they use a lot of high-end PPE. Oh, there you go. So you got it for free, did you? Another cheeky boy in the chat. Where is the best place to buy an XJet M5 and which one do I need? I've got a 21 litre per minute machine. So the main supplier in the UK for XJets is AC pressure washers. And I believe if any of the other suppliers in the UK want to supply the XJet M5, I think they have to go through AC pressure washers. I might be wrong, but I'm sure that's what I've been told. Oh, the original XJet shooter. I haven't seen that. I haven't been on this website for a long time. They've got the buffer tank kits. So if you want to buy like a wheelie bin and just purchase one of these kits, it's got everything you need to just create your own wheelie bin. High-vis heavy duty high pressure hose smooth cover. Let's go 40. Let's go Teamer. And let's go Teamer male. I don't know what I'm selecting here. Oh, they're out of stock. Do you have 20 meters? I think they only really come in 20 meters, don't they? These are the ones that PWSAS have got as well, I think. I want these in orange. I'm sure I saw Sid with an orange one of these. And I just wonder whether they're how they compare to like a normal hose, like how stiff they are. And I'm sure they probably still mark, but I'm due a new hose anytime soon, and I want an orange one. That'd be very cool if I could have an orange high pressure hose and a yellow low pressure hose. I think I'm going to go all out and get like a reel set, because I'm not happy with the way my reels are just terrible at the minute. My reel situation. It's a real bad situation. So here's the XJet M5 from AC pressure washers, although I don't know why it's now coming with this barb connector. This used to be a quick release connector. I don't know whether it's a price thing, whether they've dropped the price a bit and supplied a slightly different connector with it. But for a 21 litre per minute machine, you want the size 13. Oh, look. Oh, wait. MIDI probe inlet. Q trigger. A trigger to be used with a Q spigot. I don't know what. Q trigger supplied. Oh, I'm guessing that. Oh, okay. Yeah, no trigger. 207 quid plus VAT. There you go. I looked at these the other day. Equipped to Clean have got a couple of these. Are these high pressure? But low pressure guns, but used with like a high pressure. Is it a high pressure trigger that puts out like low pressure, like lots of water? Does this go on your pressure washer, is what I'm saying, or does this go on your low pressure hose? Because you see the people in the States using stuff like this. Washdown gun. Look at this 100 litre per minute washdown gun. That looks pretty sick. I want to see some more pictures of the nozzle. Yeah, I'd like to try stuff like that. I want one of these Varios as well. They've got this little thing in the middle between the Q fitting and the trigger. So that's the trigger that I've got with the Q. But the bit in the middle, you can actually adjust the pressure without going back to your machine. So if you're like turbo nozzling and then you get into a corner, to save yourself getting absolutely drenched, you just turn the pressure down a little bit. Or if you're doing, there's so many use cases for it, but I'm really interested in trying these. There's so much stuff that I'd like to just grab, but it ended up costing thousands. I could spend thousands of pounds just on stuff that I want to try. You never know if they're going to be any good, and so it's sort of always tentative to spend that sort of money. I'm sure they would be. They'd be great. They'd do exactly what they tell you. What were we talking about? Let's have a look at reels. I want like a stack, like a reel stack. Retractable hose reel. I found out the other day, not all retractable hose reels are electric. I thought to have a retractable hose reel it had to be electric. Is that stupid, or is that... They've got like a spring inside of them, so when you pull it back it like winds back in like one, like, you know, your garden hose on the side, on the back, in the back garden on your wall. You pull it a little bit and it starts going back. You can get that for like high pressure reels. It's got a massive spring inside. I was at PWSAS in Evesham the other day and they showed me. It's about time I got a proper reel, because I've still got my Equip to Clean one from years ago. This is the sort of thing I'm thinking of. A stack above my pressure washer. Low pressure on the top, high pressure on the bottom maybe. To suit a 50 and a 90 meter A-frame hose reel. What's an A-frame hose reel? A-frame hose reel. There you go, so I could have one of them. I could have one of them and one of them. Or two of them. 3/8. Is it high or low pressure? 40 litres per minute. Yeah, the stuff I need, the stuff I want to buy. I'm going to buy myself some stuff for my birthday. It's my birthday on the 25th of March, so... Or do I wait for the expo on at the end of March and see if I can grab a couple of bargains? What's the max distance you'd be willing to drive for a quote, time-wise, 30-minute drive? Just a quote, I'd probably be at around 30 minutes, yeah. Hello. You washed them? Yeah, look great. You excited about your new bed sheets?
How have you spilled so much popcorn?
I'm just dropping popcorn. I'm chucking it. I'm chucking it towards my mouth, and the bits that go on the floor will so be it. Coda, do you want some popcorn? Coda, come. Coda, come. Want some popcorn? Coda, what's this? She does. She does want some popcorn. What's this? You can have it. You can have it. I'm giving it to you. She thinks I'm playing a trick on her. They were coating roofs 15 years ago.
Oh my god, Jake, there's no fire.
I was on a roof scrape last week and someone on the street had their one painted. It was awful, so patchy. Oh really? I've done a job repainting a roof. Grey acrylic paint. Looked amazing. Okay. I'll post it in the Discord. Yeah, please do. Are you going to put it in the roof cleaning chat? You did. You clever boy. After pressure washing and repainting. Oh, you got a time lapse as well. Are you using like a sprayer? Oh, where are you going to go when you run out of room? Oh, is that side dry?
And get stuck.
Have you got? So you got a little electric sprayer, is it? I wonder where the tub of paint is. Is the tub of paint just inside that little thing you were carrying? Is it inside that yellow thing, the paint?
It looks like it, you Dumbo.
Why are you calling me a Dumbo? It might not be. That seems like an awfully lot of paint that he's putting on there. It looks pretty easy, to be fair. That's what a great addition. Do you think I should start doing that?
You want it?
Because some of the roofs, you'll clean them, you'll like pressure wash them, and the colour of the tiles is just naff. It's like just yellow and a bit rubbish. Like that. You clean it, and yes, you've got rid of all the moss, but you're left with something that doesn't actually look that great. How are you cleaning that? Is that being pressure washed? It doesn't look like it's being pressure washed because there's no mess. But also, it looks like it's coming off too clean to be scraped. Or is it just that the tiles have still got their coating on, so it's coming off nicely? Because the way you've done it in patches like that doesn't look like you've scraped it. I'm confused.
That's all your juice gone.
You just drank it all? Why would you do that? Look at this guy. He looks so happy. Since you've just done that, would you mind making me a coffee? A black coffee. In my nice mug. Please.
Which is your nice mug. Which is your nice mug.
Would have Jakey and Zach using a 1/2-inch brush to paint the roof.
Which is your nice mug.
You know my nice mug with a J on it, the one that you got me.
Hear me. Which is your nice mug.
The one that you got me. Some sad news, depending on which way you look at it. Zach will not be continuing with Smelt's pressure washing. He's moving on to bigger and better things. To be honest, I think we've just about had enough of each other. Getting to that point. But no, I think he's getting his job back at the massive haulage company as probably like a project manager or something. For the sort of work, like, I don't need 3 people, and it's not. I don't think it's challenging enough for him. There are days where he's sort of just trying to find something to do, and it's not fast paced enough, and it's not high pressure enough. So he's and I can't pay him as much as he's probably worth, like, in the short term. We might get there eventually one day, but our goals don't really align. Like, I don't particularly want to expand, and he would be good running like a big team of people, like a big fleet of vans, a commercial side of the business and stuff. He'd be great at all that, but that's not really the direction I want to go. I want to focus more on the YouTube. Like, me and Jakey make a really good dynamic. And also some more news. We've been doing insurance quotes for Jakey. It's just not viable for him to be driving any sort of commercial vehicle with his age and with his experience. He's only been driving just like over a year. And so he just can't get insured on a commercial vehicle. So that's not really viable either to sort of send him out in his own van. So I think it's just going to be the two of us for a while. And I'm quite happy with that. Because I've really enjoyed, like, from employing Jakey all the way up until Christmas, has been really fun. And so the pressure's off now because I don't have to worry about paying Zach. And just gonna be back to me and Jakey, just chilling. And I think Rich is gonna be coming over and helping us on some more jobs. Been working with Rich on these roof scrapes. That's been really fun. If Rich was in Redditch, he lives like over an hour away. But if he was in Redditch, we'd be doing so much more work together. But sometimes it's just not viable for me to pay him to come all the way over here just for a couple of little jobs. I was supposed to pay him today. I'm going to do that right now. What does the unloader valve do? My machine doesn't have one. I just pull the revs up and down. I'm sure your machine probably does have one. Cody says the unloader valve relieves the pressure on the pump when your fingers are off the trigger. You also use it to like adjust the pressure as well. This popcorn's going down the wrong way. My bank, like I can't send payments after 4 PM on a Friday, and I can't send them over the weekend either, like business to business. So it's been really frustrating. I need to. Sorry about this. I've literally just remembered. Whoopsie. Regarding the Mossmatic versus the TD300, made by the same company, lots of misinformation floating around. Evening, Darren. Welcome. Overrun. Lols. What bull? Evening, all. Just checking Jake's still alive. What do you mean checking I'm still alive? Is it just? It's just because he hasn't been on the live stream in a month. He's getting nervous. He said someone rang the office the other day, which I find extremely hard to believe. Someone rang the office to ask him if we'd fallen out because he hadn't seen us. He hadn't seen him on the live stream the other day. I think that's just Darren's way of asking, "Can we jump on the live stream again?" No, I've not been on top of things recently. I've been very overwhelmed with quotes and stuff, so I haven't been preparing anything for these live streams. I've just been click and go. You can see, like, I've barely been doing videos. I've been recording stuff, but I've just not had time to edit anything. It's been very, very full on. Do you think the one from Equip to Clean would do? What are you talking about, Sean? Sorry, with the conversations. I'm reading everyone's comments, but it was a while ago that we spoke about that. Send me the cost for what you want so I can send you some money, sir. I don't know what you're talking about, Craig. Are you talking to me? TD300 or Mossmatic for me. My TD300 from Darren hasn't had an issue for a year of tough use. There you go. Liam does a lot of roof cleaning as well. He was talking technical jargon. The bottom line is, for the relatively small amount of extra money, buy the Mossmatic. Okay. We're looking at buying a new roof, flat surface cleaner, and I was there, so I was chatting and asking advice. Hello, Rex. Welcome. Turbo Devil is great, not Mr. Beat so far. What price per square meter would you charge for a 1200 square meter pressure washing and hypo job? What surface is it? The Watcher of Realms. It's an ominous name. 250 quid for that job. Did you wear ski masks when doing it? Balaclavas. What do you mean 250 quid for that job? You think that's good or bad? You think that's high or low? I think that's about right. Like, to clean decking, paving, and tarmac. 3 of us. I think that's about right. It's cheap, if anything, in my opinion. Zach, are you hiding in the background? I try to avoid the camera most of the time. Yeah, he's on the bed. He's just here. Are you coming to the expo for a piss up as your brother's now being childish? I'd love to, but not sure I'll make it. Fancy a curry and a few jars. A ton of water in your van, yeah, I know. Might be worth meeting on Friday night for a few drinks, then the expo on Saturday. Possibly. Kevin's joined, he's become a member. He's become a circle member. And you've got access to the Discord now, matey. Thank you for joining the crew. What are you going to have, a glass of milk? I used to drink so much milk. When I was riding my bike every single day, I would have at least 2 pints of milk a day, I reckon. I had the strongest bones in history. That barbs connector's a nightmare. Once the hose is on, you can't get it off. I had to pour hot water on it to soften it. I see AC are selling the QR separately. Yeah, the issue I had, I was sent one from Equip to Clean because they had a... They've got a chemical injector as well that's obviously based on the X-Jet. It's called the Hypo Jet, I believe. So this is the Hypo Jet 2.0. So they made some improvements on the first one. I think I was quite vocal about the first one, and they've changed it to their credit. But it's still got this this barb connector on it, and it's terrible. It's just no good. The reason they supply it with a bunch of these fittings, I mean, it's a generic one. You can get these on Amazon and stuff. Or Alibaba, I think. But the reason they supply it with these is because you're either going to lose them or they're going to break, and they go rusty. And this barb connector, when you're pulling the hose on and off, because the thing I like about the X-Jet is that you can pull the hose off, the quick release, and use it to rinse down as well. And you can't do that with this. And also this hose is just like super stiff, and it doesn't uncurl. The X-Jet that I got from, I think I bought mine from, it might have been AC pressure washers, or it might have been Rutland pumps ages ago, and it was perfect. It's got the little quick release at the bottom. The hose is really nice, and it was great. This thing, the filter always rusts, and you need to replace these quite often. But yeah, I much prefer the quick release for the clear hose, the suction hose. Friday night curry sounds good. Yeah, I'm down for that. I see a lot of them triggers on farms. They are used on volume wash. It's low but higher than just a tap. Low pressure but higher flow. Yeah. The gun is for high flow hoses used in factories to rinse. Okay. Darren, get off YouTube and get the welder's mask on. It's go time. Darren's got a YouTube channel now. He's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. What's it called? PWS? Precious. I spelled precious wrong. Come on, you can do it, Jake. What's it? Darren, what's your channel called? He posted it in the Discord the other day. Bloody hell. You can't do that to me. Thank you. I can't hear you coming in. I've got headphone in one ear and I'm deaf in the other.
Sat right in the corner of your face.
Thank you so much. What's his channel called? Thank you.
Works.
Where's he posted it? It's not just called PWS. Precious Washers, it's called. There it is. He's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then he's going to give away one of those little alpha cores. Oh man. The paint is in a 1 litre tub on the gun. Oh, okay. Ah, when you're doing the roof cleaning, the roof spraying. We need a man-made slate. We need a man-made slate roof today that has had bio on it. A white roof looks rank. I don't think the biocide causes it to go white though, does it? It's already white underneath because it's lost its coating, and it's just the algae that's covering the white. And then when the biocide clears the algae, it shows what's underneath. Is that right? Can anyone confirm whether that's right or not? Oh, you've seen a man on a slate roof. Okay. Fair comment on the Mossmatic. I just believe that you should buy the best tool for the job. It's hard to earn with the defective tools. Yeah, you're right. You are right. And you get what you pay for in this industry. I've learned that one. Evening, Mick. Welcome. The X-Jet doesn't come with quick release anymore. Bought a new one a few weeks ago. It's Barb's connector. Yeah, I know. I don't like it. Has anyone else used Kenotech TFR? Had some in the van over the weekend. Used it to wash a cabin that had some pretty heavy green around the windows. And it was magic. Kenotech. What on earth is Kenotech? Are you talking about this sort of stuff? Low foaming, touchless cleaning, suitable for hard water. Efficiently removes dirt and insects. Dosage 1 to 4%. What does that mean? What does that mean for like dilution ratio? What does 1 to 4% mean? Is that the one you're talking about? Kenotech. It's the only one I could see really on Google. Oh, there's that one as well. Wheel cleaning 10 to 15%. Insect removal 3 to 5%. 1 to 25. So you're really diluting it that much. No more brushing, no rubbing, no scrubbing, no contact. The new way to wash vehicles. Really? Honestly though. So presumably you'd get most of the surface dirt off with a light pressure wash. You'd then spray this on, let it dwell, and then pressure wash it off. Leave it for 3 minutes. Okay, it says here, hang on. Because this would be useful for like caravan cleaning as well, wouldn't it? Designed to be gentle and compatible with all paintwork. Will give you 100 litres of product ready for spray foaming. Leave it for 3 minutes, then power hose off. Serious shine, serious cleaning power. Has to be seen to be believed. YouTube Kenatech to see the results. I will. I absolutely will. No more need for a hot wash. Cold wash power washer is more than adequate for a first class shine. No need for a pre-wash or pre-spray. Cut your labour costs in half. I struggle to believe that it's totally no contact. Because this could be, again, I don't want to use the term lightly, but this could be a game changer for gutters, faces and soffits, couldn't it? If it really does what they say it does, in theory, you spray it on your gutters, faces and soffits and spray it off again. So this is a proper dusty van. It looks dirty as well. It's got handprints on the windows.
I'm going to wash that in about 4.5 minutes. I'm going to video this being washed in 4.5 minutes to stick on YouTube.
He's definitely Irish, isn't he? 4 minutes and 30 seconds. He's spraying it on. He's going bottom to top. That is brave. I mean, a little bit disingenuous to not include the time it's taking you to apply the product and to let it dwell. A little bit disingenuous, in my opinion. But it doesn't half look like it's doing a good job, doesn't it? Is it caustic? Does anyone know if it's caustic? I feel like I'm going to have to try this and just do a video on it. I mean, you can't deny it's very shiny, isn't it? Imagine a conservatory clean. Just spray it on and rinse it off. I mean, you can't really pressure wash conservatories, but you can't deny those. You can't really see very well from the video, but the fingerprints are gone. The hand marks are gone. I think most TFRs for vehicles are caustic. Yeah, I'm looking at the SDS. Yeah, Matt, tell us what's in it. Tell us what's in it, Matt. Go on, tell us. Matt's good at this sort of stuff. He'll figure out exactly what's in it. And he'll tell us what it's similar to. I bet you. They are doing a good job though, ain't it? Because imagine caravan cleaning with that. I mean, if that's as simple as, if washing a car is that simple, I would wash my van and Sophie's car a lot more often. If I don't have to scrub, there is still a few little handprints. Still a few little handprints on the side.
Yes.
Oh, but that's bloody good though, isn't it? You got to admit. You have got to admit that ain't bad.
Now, this product, Kenatech 4100, takes off dirt. It doesn't take out dents. I'm sorry. I know it's almost miraculous, but it's not totally. It's bordering on miraculous, and yes, we're here.
See, what's that mark there? Is that the handprint that I saw before?
It doesn't take out dents, it doesn't take out rust, but it will certainly take off dirt.
Dort.
Right, your van, yes.
We're happy out.
What do you have to say in genuine? What do you do for a living? If you don't mind me asking.
Drive tractors.
Right. Do you wash lorries as well?
Yeah.
Roughly how many lorries a week do you wash?
We bust 30 a week, it's a
30 a week. Who for? Look at him hiding behind you. Come out here a wee second. Wait.
Robinson knowledge.
Who?
Robinson.
No. You're after. What am I after doing with your vehicle? Genuinely. What am I after doing?
4 minutes after washing it.
4 minutes 33 seconds of the video.
Great.
Did it touch it?
I mean, he's confident in his product. Is this his product or is this someone else's product? Intriguing. Oh look, he's done a... Has he done a comparison there? Is he going to spray it on just one side? Oh no, he sprayed the whole thing. I'd quite like to do a little lorry wash. I think it's a lot more hard work than what people probably expect. Like fleet washing. And a lot of these places, a lot of these big haulage companies and stuff, they take care of their own vehicles. I think that's what Zach told me. The drivers take care of their own vehicles. It's their responsibility to keep them clean and stuff. So there probably wouldn't be much of a market for it. I'm sure there's lots of fleet washing companies out there, but... So Matt says, okay, so basically, in short, it's Synergy. Identical, however, they have added potassium hydroxide and a stabilizer. Potassium hydroxide is more damaging to surfaces, so lead will be a problem. If you don't want Synergy in your eye, you really don't want that in your eye. Okay. So it's caustic though. You can get caustic and non-caustic TFR. So Synergy's caustic, isn't it? So presumably this stuff will be caustic too. So is this really good for like vehicles long term? Like would you want to be washing your car with this like once a week? Probably not, right? I use non-caustic TFR. I think the one that I use, this Drive Tech one. This is the one I use, and this one is caustic. Oh god, I've dented that one. Yeah, I've buggered that one up. I think most TFRs for vehicles are caustic. I've missed a couple of messages. The Mossmatic and the Turbo Devil are about the same price supplied by them. Maybe they make more on the... And Conrad was bullshit. Can't see any of the reason. Was at Skyvac roof cleaning course, found out you can hypo a roof. Yeah, it's probably not recommended though on if you've got like a lot of lead valleys and stuff and flashing. Probably don't want to be hypoing that. Pretty cool. That's might be worth trying that one. Surely this is just a TFR. I use the hydro stuff all over TikTok and Facebook. It's great. Pre-wash and snow foam. I brushed it on, but I've used it on cars and you don't need to brush at all. Really? There's a video on my Facebook. Matt the Mad Scientist. Kenatech would be sold out by midnight. I don't know if I've got that much of a reach, to be honest, mate. Especially these little live streams that we do. Yes, it's caustic. Anything with sodium hydroxide / potassium hydroxide is caustic. Look at that foam. It's great for commercial vehicles that can take it or get decommissioned quicker. I won't use caustic. I'm surprised they are not using goggles in the video there. What I was thinking is we're doing a lot of these roof scrapes now, and I like to be on the roof. We like to climb roofs because we think we get better results. So what I'm thinking about doing is investing in some sort of rope access course, because I want to learn how to fit these bolts. I need another wee. I want to learn how to bolt these into brick in order to safely secure myself on the other side of the roof. And I know it's a little bit invasive for the customer, but you can sort of say we can do it from a tower and get sort of average results, or we can get on the roof and it's going to mean we put a couple of bolts into the side of the house. I think it's worth it, but looking at all the equipment you might need to do this properly, I don't know if it's going to be viable. Like these things to check that it's like safe for your weight and stuff, and it's not going to pop out. I don't know if it's going to be viable. Talking about working from height, anyone got any recommendations for quick scaffolding? What do you mean quick? Oh, I've just spilt so much popcorn. A lot of people in this industry like the MI towers. MI towers. Because they're aluminium and they're nice and light and really easy to put together. That's why Synergy reacted so bad with Hypo. Why are you opting to scrape over washing? Just curious. Some roofs, we're doing more scraping because we're taking more notice with the pre-inspection and stuff. We're taking more notice of the actual condition of the roof. And a lot of the time you'll notice there's lots of mortar missing from the ridge tiles, and that's like a key indicator as to whether it can handle being pressure washed or not. But in general, we just find it more, we find it easier to clean up afterwards, because you're not just absolutely drenching all the surrounding ground surfaces in wet, horrible moss and mud. It's much more controlled when you're scraping it. And we're being very selective of the ones we're taking. The ones where we can actually climb on the roof. Those are the only ones we're doing. Saying that, we're hiring a cherry picker on Wednesday to do a big roof scrape in Solihull, and that's going to be from the cherry picker because the access on the sides, it's too steep to climb on, and there's no access at the sides, so we sort of need to go up and over and do it with a pole. But it's just much more controlled, less messy, probably more hard work, less setup time. Oh, sorry guys. The popcorn, man. I need to start learning how to chew. Anyone going to the cleaning expo? I'm coming up on Saturday, looking forward to seeing you all. Mick, yes. I think lots of people here are probably going. Should we do a little poll to see how many people are going? Who's going cleaning expo? Me. Not me. Craig got caustic in his eye once, messed him up. I only use non-caustic now. Still got the other 24.7 litres of caustic in the garage. Talking about working from height, I've read that one already. Mind you, I've got a full face mask now, so I can spray anything anywhere. Quoting a roof clean and paint tomorrow. Hesitant about painting a roof, but hey ho. Sean, what sort of roof is it? Is it like a bungalow, or is it a 2-story, or what sort of tiles are they? Do you know? How'd you get to quoting a roof clean and paint? I've had no inquiries to paint a roof. Quite an odd one, isn't it? I bet most people don't realise you can do it. You have to pull test, and the machine is mega expensive. Oh, okay. So to do it properly, you need to buy that machine to test the eye bolts. 1 in 5 have to be pull tested. If that failed, then you have to pull test every one, just like scaffolding that will be. Oh, okay. I wonder if you could get a scaffolding company to come and set some eye bolts for you, because presumably they've got all the equipment. My first scrape, which was 2 weeks ago, was from a cherry picker. The front where the hoist was parked was fine, but getting to the back of the roof from the peak and scraping down was really tough. Yeah, I hear you. The back we're going to be doing from a ladder, I believe, because it's a flat roof on the back and you can't even get the cherry picker down the side anyway. So the front and the sides, it's like, you know one of those pyramid style ones where it just comes to a point in the middle. We're getting the front and the 2 sides, hopefully from the cherry picker, and then the back from a ladder. There's no better way of doing it really, because there's trees both sides. I think we'd struggle to even clear the gutters on the sides from the ground, to be honest. I don't think there's enough access. Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult, I think. Land back from Egypt late Friday night, going to drive from Gatwick for the Saturday one. Might die. Are you going to Egypt? Missed the last 25 minutes, back now. You haven't missed much, mate. Hi there, what have I missed? Nathan says, hey Jake, what do you use for temperature and moisture measuring? So temperature, we've got a gun. Oh god. We've got a tool station. It's a infrared temperature gun. So that's the one I've got from Tool Station. It's the Draper infrared thermometer. That one there. And then the moisture meter. I think that's a Draper as well, yeah. That one there. Draper mini moisture meter. You've just got to check with the moisture meters. A lot of them are only designed for wood. So you've got to make sure it's designed for like hard surfaces like concrete as well. If presumably using it for like sealing and stuff. So 32 votes, 59% of people who voted are going to the Cleaning Expo. 59% of people, 32 votes. There you go. There you go. It's a bungalow. Person has just moved in and wants the full works. There you go. I won't. If you want to say, I'd be interested to know how much you quoted and whether you quoted like per square meter and stuff, because I bet it's quite hard to work out how much paint you're going to use. But don't feel pressured into saying. My credit card is shaking at the thought. Mick, what are you talking about? What were we talking about? The expo, you mean? Shaking at the thought of the expo. P. Mur, welcome. Hi everyone. My business profile got suspended after I did the video verification. They sent me an email saying deceptive content and behaviour. I appealed it but got the same email again. I can't help you with that, mate. The Google business profile setup sounds like an absolute nuisance. I remember having to jump through a few hoops when I set mine up, but it's notoriously difficult, especially at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Apparently there's been something going on with Google reviews as well. So you might want to check that some of your reviews haven't disappeared, because apparently it's happened to everyone that's got a Google business account. They've lost like lots of reviews. Like 25% of their reviews have just disappeared. It looks like they've done like a sweep, like a global sweep for reviews that look like spam or look fake or something. I'm not sure. I think I lost a bunch. They've been talking about it in the Discord. I only vaguely paid attention. What's the link to the Discord channel, mate? If you've not got the join button underneath the chat, then I'll put it in the chat. If you're on iPhone, you might not see the button, but there you go. You've got to become a circle member or above to get access to the Discord. Old tiles suck up the paint. Yes, they do. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm desperate for a wee. I've got to go again. I'm sorry. Now these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit, on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels. We've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have two other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going, but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video. Did you guys hear me munching then? I was munching my popcorn, I wasn't sure if you could hear me. Your pull tester has to be calibrated every year. Oh really? Sounds like a right ball ache. Flying over from Ireland for the expo? No way. That is commitment. I would charge the same price per square meter to paint roofs, to paint a roof, as to pressure wash it. £16 per square meter Sean's charging. Yeah, I'd say that's about right, to be fair. I'm at around £8 per square meter just to clean the roof, including accounting for the pitch. So we do, say the roof is 75 square meters and it's got a pitch of about, I don't know, 45 degrees. We times it by 1.5. So that's like your true square meterage once you fold it out, once you fold the bit of paper out, if you imagine looking at it from above. And then we times that by 8. So that's the way we do it. Unless you've got like weird access and stuff. A nice overcast day to paint the roof and it's very satisfying. Yeah, I'd like to try one, to be fair. I've got a good candidate for one actually. The one that we pressure washed. The first one on the channel that we caused a leak in the attic. I bet she'd love to have her roof painted. Because it's so yellow, it's so bright yellow compared to the neighbours. But I'm not sure if she was expecting it to be yellow underneath. That would look really good in grey. I had an online meeting with Google Ads today. They're helping me set up my business account. They're being very helpful. There you go. For a beginner, you wouldn't mind looking at what the best pressure washer plus accessories I should buy from Nyclean. No stress if you can't on stream. We can have a look. I mean, what's your budget? It all depends on your budget. I don't know much about diesel pressure washers. Petrol pressure washers. Do they do starter kits? I might be blind. GX390 and a reel. £3 can be more. I mean, it sort of depends on. Do you want it like mounted in the van, or are you planning on pulling it in and out of the van on your jobs? Do you want like a mounted tank in the back of the van, or do you want like a buffer tank, like a wheelie bin that you can move around the property with you? Because we've got one. We've got one like this for Jakey with the high pressure hose on top, and it just means that we can leave it in the van and work out the back of the van most of the time. And if we haven't got enough hose, if 40 meters isn't enough for whatever reason, then we can always pull the machine out of the van and take it to the back of the property. A tip for Google Business Profile: I found if you go to add your address and add place, then you can add the details of your business that way instead of the silly suspension you get the other way. Okay, there you go. I'm swallowing up the cost of my first 7 roof cleans. Do you charge for scaffolding hire? It's included in the price, really, because scaffolding hire is so cheap. It's only like, it's between £65 and £85 per day, including that, from where I hire mine from. I would not paint a 2-story house. Yeah, it's a bit different from a bungalow, isn't it? Hi, I'm only a teen starting and a pressure washing business. I did leaflets last summer, 500 plus, and only got 3 replies. They never replied to my response. What should I do? I've also sent 300 plus emails to local businesses, but nothing. Only responses saying no thanks. Have you tried knocking doors? You might get more of a response from actually knocking on people's doors and just not trying to do like a hard sell, not trying to be like crazy, like a crazy businessman or crazy salesman. Just saying like, hi, I'm offering pressure washing, gutter clearing, whatever you're doing, and just saying no pressure. Can I give you a leaflet? And you know, is there anything you need doing? Is there anything you want to show me while I'm here? If not, no worries, and just sort of don't go in too hard and just be polite. And you might find even if they don't say yes at the door, at least they've got the leaflet, and at least you've built some sort of rapport with them. Don't do that thing where they say, you know, when people come to your door and say, so who's your telephone provider? And you're like, none of your business. Or I'll say like, oh, it's TalkTalk or whatever. Okay, how much are you paying per month for TalkTalk? I'm like, no, I didn't want to get into this conversation with you. Like, back off. You say like, no, I'm not interested, thank you. It'll only take 3 or 4 minutes. It's like, no, I'm not interested. I hate those people. They just can't take no for an answer. You really think you're going to get me to buy something from you when you're so pushy? I hate it. I mean, door knocking is absolutely brutal, but it works. I've never done it personally. But there's... You could go door knocking tomorrow and get work. Or you could try Facebook. Yeah, set up a Facebook page. I don't mind. What would you say based on your experience? Is van better or not? The GVS code isn't working. Are you trying Smout 5? SMOUT 5. I'm sure that's the one they told me. Are you trying to use it with a sale item? If the item's already on sale, it won't work. And if you're trying to use it with multiple codes, that won't work either. Smout 5. This will allow 5% discount. It can't be used on sale items or in conjunction with any other codes. There you go. I would say, if possible, get it van mounted. It'll be much quicker and easier to set up and break down. I would personally visit them and ask them to set it up specifically for what your needs are and for the sort of space you've got in your van. If possible, you know, sort of ring ahead and say, this is what I want to do. I want a tank, like a 250 litre tank, for example. You're probably going to want some sort of GX390. If you're going to van mount it, maybe you don't want the frame and the wheels and stuff. Maybe they'd put it on a skid for you instead, and it might be a bit cheaper because you don't... PTO pressure washers. What does PTO mean? 30 litres per minute. I'm sure they would do... Here we go, look, build your own van mount. Because that way, you're not faffing about with loads of different stuff. If you buy just the pressure washer, then you need to buy a low pressure hose and reel. And you also need to buy a buffer tank. And there's various other bits. Whereas if you go for something like this, yes, it's more expensive, but they'll tailor it to like everything that you need. That looks really good, actually. I want something like that in mine, I think. I want like a stack, like mine, and then Jakey's, and then just a stack of hose reels. I think I might convert all mine to just van mounted, and just get extra long hose reels. My issue with these low pressure hoses being mounted like this is leaks. I'm always terrified that it's all going to leak. It would save so much packing up and breaking down if we just had one big tank. $190 litre tank, 50 meters of high pressure hose, which is plenty. GX390 you'd probably want. Is that plus VAT? Electric start, that's good. Shut off valve. So this comes with like, oh, plus VAT, look. Build time approximately 4 weeks. Yeah, personally, I'd go in, like, ring ahead, check that they've got everything you need. I don't know. I don't know. £60 for a week's hire for the My Tower if you have a Brandon hire. Really? 65 quid for a week? That's so cheap. Are you using Checker Trade, Jake? Only marketing I haven't used. No, I'm not on Checker Trade. I don't do any sort of marketing. Anyone on the Pure Seal course 5th of March? Be warned, with a Honda, you'll have trouble if you want a boiler unless you use a Genie or a custom electric. Not sure what you mean there. Why would you have trouble with a boiler? Just based on which engine you choose. Drive over for the expo, buy a tower, take it back. Hopefully meet you at the expo. Yeah, definitely. You work in plant hire. If you ever over this way, give me a shout and I'll give you a good deal on some height for sure. Monaghan. Where's Monaghan? Honda doesn't generate electric, whereas a Vanguard does. Hondas don't generate electric, whereas a Vanguard does. What do you mean generate electric? A Honda doesn't generate electric. If you hire a My Tower, you don't need to do the course for the license. Is that real? Is that true? You can use solar and battery for Vanguard, whereas Honda you can't. Okay. Issue I'm dealing with at the moment. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We've been over everything I was hoping to discuss this week. It's been very nice chatting to you all. I really appreciate you dropping in, saying hi. Quite a few people tuned in this week, so that was cool. If you're not already, and you're new to the game, or you're already experienced and you're looking to join a community, our Discord is a lovely place full of like-minded people who are all trying to do similar things. We've got various chats like Identify This, which we try and help each other with different surfaces. That one's just been posted. Not clean limestone before. Is that limestone? What's that? Looks a little bit more like slate to me, but the way it's cut makes me also think porcelain. But it looks too natural to be porcelain. The way it scratches makes me think slate, but it looks like it's cut a little bit too perfect to be slate. Normally you see around the edges, slate gets a little bit crazy. Yeah, I don't think you can get that clean cut with slate, to be honest. Could be like sawn limestone, or it could just be porcelain. Are these scratches or are they dog hair? I think they're dog hair, aren't they? Oh, intriguing. Does anyone know? Anyone know what that is? I'm going to go with porcelain on that. But it's very matte. It's a very matte finish, which makes me think it's like a natural stone. I'm not sure. Yeah, so the Discord, we try and help out with all this sort of stuff. We help out with the quotes. So if you're not sure on how to price stuff, we'll try and go through it with you. We've got the chemical chat, we've got the roof cleaning chat, ceiling chat, window cleaning. And it's a cool place to be. Very cool in my opinion. So thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your discount codes. Did you get the discount code working? It's pronounced Monaghan. Oh, okay. I'll join when I get the money, no worries. Definitely porcelain. Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you on that, Neil. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week.